Are we any different than yesterday teens? Today's topic.
I've been talking slick, I put it in the podcast. This time is different, I invite with y'all opinion. I speak the truth, you can drive, sit at work and listen. Communication's what we need, let me paint these pictures. Open Cypher, let me paint these pictures. Open Cypher, the Open Cypher. Open Cypher, that's Open Cypher. The Open Cypher Podcast, Open Cypher.
What's good, my people? What's good, my people? What's going on out there? We are live. We are back. I am your host, Mannie Face, a.k.a. Donnie Bangout, and this is my podcast called, you guessed it, the Open Cypher Podcast. What's going on, y'all? I missed y'all last week due to sinus. I apologize once again. I'm glad for the ones who are sticking around. Hopefully you are enjoying yourself because I am enjoying creating the content. That's what it's about, right? Creating good content, having a good conversation, making sure everybody is vibrating on the same frequency, levels, however you want to pronounce it or say it. I myself, I had a good week though. I really had a good week. My job put in some few crazy new rules. Well, not necessarily old news. This is old news. Not necessarily old new rules, but old rules reinforced. You know what I'm saying? No more sitting in the aisles during break. You got to go in the break room, or you got to go to the smoke area. Me myself, I do not smoke cigarettes at all. Why would I want to go to the back where there's 1,000 people inside of a small cage, sitting on benches like the not even it's worse than a yard in prison. But why would I want to go back there and sit amongst hundreds of people smoking and gossiping? Now, for me, the break room is as well. The break room does has air conditioner. But for me, still not a place I want to be at. You know what I'm saying? Amongst the BS. Thousands of people sitting around. Well, not thousands. There's not that many people working with us. But you get the drift. What else was new? A few people got hurt at the job. You know, that's unfortunate. God bless them. I hope all three of them recover well. Well, one of them has returned to work, so he's all right. The other two, God bless them. We praying for them. You know. Yeah, what else going on? Oh, one of my boys at my job, he has this conspiracy theory. Yeah, whatever the subject is, he has some type of theory about the topic. So I want to know if y'all was interested in letting him join us one of these few weeks coming up. Yeah, but we've been going at it at work for the longest, me and this guy. You know what I'm saying? Tip and tap, mind wrestling over any and every subject that comes up. He has a theory about it. It kind of tickles me, but yeah, I'm gonna bring him on the show and let him see if he can convince y'all to believe his theories. I'm gonna try to get him in here in a few weeks from now. Yes. What else been going on? Oh, I've been thinking about getting a motorbike. Yeah. My brother got a nice bike. He had almost a year now. He been riding bikes all his life though. Me, I've never ridden a motorbike. But it looked kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie to you though. I'm very timid when it comes to riding something that fast without much safety. I seen a video the other day where this one guy was kind of going over the speed limit on a motorbike, and the car was making a left-hand turn, and he was coming straight around a slight curve, so he didn't see the car making the turn. And yeah, you guessed it. He flipped about 30 feet in the air and about 50 feet down the street. And I don't know the results in that because I couldn't watch no more. I couldn't watch too much of that. You know what I mean? It was crazy. What else we got going on? NBA. We down to 4 teams, Eastern and Western Conference. Today is February 21st, 2022. My brother's birthday, Donji. Shout out to you, bro. One love. Yeah, but who was the Western Finals? We got Golden State Warriors over the Dallas Mavericks, 2 games up. Last night was a crazy game with them too. It was a great game. Golden State came back from 19 to take the lead and win the game. Who else we got? Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. We have Boston Celtics versus who's Boston playing? Miami Heat. Miami stole game 1, and Boston tied it up in game 2. I think they play tonight, if I'm not sure. It's a big fight tonight too. Tank. I think I'm calling Tank. Tank's going down tonight. I feel it. Yes, boxing. We are talking about. But yeah, man. Not really much been going on. You know what I'm saying? I just been like I said, I hate missing the show, and then it's kind of like the subject I want to talk about. If I miss a week, the subject end up being kind of old to me, so I don't kind of speak on it. Like I wanted to speak about the Buffalo shooting last weekend that occurred last week, but I seen everybody kind of cover the topic, so I kind of shied away from that. But yeah, so let's get it, man. I forgot what the topic was, but are we any different from yesterday teens? Was that it? Something like that. But yeah, I feel like being much older man now, I feel like we kind of judge the youth, today's youth. I don't feel like we get them a fair shot. And I say this because I was actually sitting down just thinking about the things that we used to do compared to the things that they do now, and how much different, if any difference, I find really no difference. I mean, of course, I went through some things, and I was like, wow, we be hard on them. Like some of the stuff they do, they basically do the same thing, but they do it a little different. I would say maybe not as thought out as we were as teens, but is that their fault? I wouldn't say 100% their fault, but I mean, like, for instance, I can remember me being a teen. We used to always play basketball. I mean, I'm talking about 50 to 75 people on the basketball court. You know what I'm saying? We out there playing basketball all day, having a great time, sweating, staying in shape, doing kid things. What they do today, a little different. They probably on TikTok all day, dancing, and trying to come up with new songs or whatever the case may be. But that's what they do today. As we got a little advanced in life, as preteens, I would say. Hate to say it, but we was out there selling drugs, trying to get some money. We out there all night, you know what I'm saying? Doing what we got to do to get some money. And I mean, you had some that was out there that didn't need to get money, but majority of us was out there really trying to get a dollar in our pocket. Maybe because it was easy. It was much easier than getting a job, maybe. But for a lot of us, it's the only way we could. The only way we could come across a dollar. You know what I'm saying? Today's youth, let's give it to them. Majority of them, they getting money over the internet. They can sit at home, make a video, shoot it up, upload the video, get a few dollars in their bank account on major platforms. Can you imagine if we had that when we were teens? Oh my goodness. I mean, all the things that we were doing, if we could film it, would we want to film it? That would be the question. Would we want to film it? But yeah, they can sit across. They can make music. They don't even need the $50 to $60 an hour. Well, actually, I can remember the studios being $25 an hour. To be honest with you, but yeah, I mean, some of them they don't need the studio. They got a studio in their house. So that, I mean, I would say that's advantage. That's advantage on their side. I would say. I mean, that would be lovely. I can recall me and about 11 of my boys. We used to go to my man's house, Tone Rec. We'd be in the basement making music just to put them on cassette tapes. I mean, nobody was selling them. We were just trying to let the hood hear. You know what I'm saying? We was making them just to let the hood hear them. These kids is getting to the bread. So we can't, I mean, you know, that's something positive we overlook. Do they have negative, I had to play that off. Do they have negative things that they get involved with? Of course they do. Of course they do. But so did we. Now, I will admit, their negative's a little bit harsh. I think they're sensitive to murder. I mean, we had a few murders around the way, but it wasn't. I think the reason would be not that you can justify a murder, but you really had to push on over the edge. I would say there were a few mistakes, but nowadays I think these kids are more conscious of actually committing the murder. Like there's no aftershock, you know. Like someone in my time, that I don't think they were going around like, yo, I'm gonna murder you. You know what I mean? Like it happened, and like, don't get me wrong. I mean, people was walking around with pistols and shit like that, but the murder went down like a bad robbery or in the heat of the moment. There wasn't too many people going around just, yo, I'm gonna murder that nigga because he the ops. That is totally different, you know. But who's to blame for that though? I would say you had to blame us, the older generation, because I think that the gap has become so wide that most of the time we're not even acknowledging that we're more criticizing the youth instead of educating. Or, you know, it's a way that you can explain to someone that they're doing something negative without being so forceful with it. Me myself, I know I have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? I say it's passionate. Like if I'm trying to get a point across, it comes across as like but it's just the passion of me trying to understand that you don't understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's frustration. Yeah, that's the word, frustration. It's more frustration that you're not getting it, that it's so simple and it's hard for me to explain it. That's the best way I can say. But we're not talking about me. Or are we talking about me? We drove around in crackhead cars. We rented crackhead cars. Let's be honest. All day. All night. You know what I'm saying? That was fun to us. Now that's dangerous as hell. But that was fun to us. To actually give someone who were addicted to crack cocaine, we would give them some all day so we could drive around in their vehicle, and none of us have license or even old enough to have license, and we're riding around smoking and drinking, looking for females, while that person is in a crack house getting high. Now, how dangerous is that? Do you know how many times a person was supposed to be back with the crackhead vehicle, and it's like 4 or 5 hours late? Now the crackhead isn't high anymore, and he's panicking. You know what I'm saying? And then when the person pull up with the car, they end up fighting. Because now the crackhead, he ain't high no more. So, you know what I mean? He's upset. He's supposed to have been home to his wife maybe 6, 7 hours ago. And here you come pulling up 4 hours late. It is insane. But that's what we did as teens. That wasn't nothing. There's no way that we can sit there and pretend like that's a positive situation or a fun. Well, it definitely was fun, and mostly negative things are fun. But that's not something that we should have been doing. You know what I'm saying? Now, these kids today, they probably don't rent crackhead cars. Most of the majority of the ones I see walk all day. And I'm not being funny, but they just walk. Maybe after walking all day in the hot-ass sun, you doing whatever kind of drugs they doing, maybe they're exhausted and frustrated and envy the one guy who might have a car that's their age, might have a pretty female in the back. Or in the passenger side, should I say. Maybe that is a reason that they commit the violent crimes, the act of crime they do. Who knows? But are we really any different? I would say no. I don't think we are any different than yesterday teens. Now, we don't. I'm trying to be very careful with my words. I think we had more direction from parents, and if not your direct parent, then your grandparent. Like, we was installed, we were molded better, I would say. Like, grandmom didn't play. You know what I'm saying? Great grandmom didn't play. Great granddad didn't play. And you knew they didn't play. And your mother knew that they couldn't disrespect them. So there's no way you were able to disrespect your great grandparents or your grandparents. Excuse me. Excuse me. I've seen kids these days flat out, straight out, curse the mama, grandmama out. Something terrible. I've seen parents actually beg their kids to do something for them. As simple as wash the dishes, sweep the carpet, mop the floor, clean the bathroom. I mean, I've seen them actually beg. How about I've seen kids tell their parents what you're going to do and when you're going to do it. Like, what? Get out the living room. I'm watching television. My show about to come on. And the parents get up and go to the bedroom and turn the television on. I'll be like, wow. There's no way I could have got away with that. No way. There's no way. There's no way I could have got away with that. But hey, who's to blame for that? Is it having kids too early and trying to relive your youth so you're not home that much? Well, the parents are not home that much. And the parents allow their kids to basically grow their self, allow them to basically parent their self, trying to be their friend instead of being a parent. I've seen situations where a parent will actually allow the kid to make decisions that the parent is not actually capable of making. You know what I mean? Like, it's nowhere in the world you're going to let that little 10-year-old kid make a big decision like that. But I've seen it. Right or wrong, but I've seen it. What else? We stood on street corners all damn day and night, rapping, making money, whatever we did. These kids, well, these teens, they chilling trap houses. I swear to you, I seen the other day, definitely a trap house. I've seen a woman, well, not a woman, but yeah, she's a woman. She's about 18. I've seen her at the trap house with about 15 niggas, and she got 3 kids in the car while she's out there chilling with them smoking the blunt. The car gets hot. She allowed the kids to get out of the car and play in the front yard where these niggas is doing all kind of activities. Horseshoes, smoking, drinking, talking foul language. Little girls staring in their face. Now that type of see, I was just about to say that we didn't do shit like that, but I will be lying. Because there definitely was females that went to school with us that was going with niggas who had graduated 3 years ago. So I'll be lying. I would be lying if I tried to act like that didn't occur. Yeah, it's wicked out here, man. It's a very wicked place. Most of these teens nowadays, they don't have no. They do have a. Well, everybody has a choice, but it's hard. It's hard to decide when you can get something instantly, or you have to wait for it. And another thing, it depends on who's giving the message. Because most of the people's not going to listen to someone who ain't got shit trying to tell you the right way to go and get shit. Let's be honest. But then you got some people that look at it like, yo, well, that nigga ain't got shit because he done fucked up. So I'm going to follow his lead, not to fuck up like he fucked up. So that can work two ways. That could definitely work two ways. You know what I'm saying? That definitely can work two ways. Yes, it can. Let me see. We always had some type of old head in the hood who was fucked up, but he just genuinely cared about the generation under him that was coming up. We always had about 2 or 3 of them. You know what I mean? Like you would ask him to go to the liquor store for you, and he would hang out with you after he get the liquor in bed and everything. You know, he enjoying himself because he wants to get high, and you enjoying it because you actually busting it up with somebody older. So he dropping all the jewels on you. You know what I'm saying? And you kind of take it in. And I'm like, such and such, that's a cool. I know he was a cool nigga in his day. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you see too much of that nowadays. Not that that was a good thing to see a teen drinking with an old busted nigga. I don't want to call him a busted nigga, but I don't think you see too much of that nowadays. I don't think you see too much of hanging together between young and old, period, nowadays. I will say one thing: the young people nowadays, boy, are they disrespectful to the old people. They're very disrespectful. Like, you can't tell them nothing. They'll tell you straight up, fuck you. Fuck you, Pops. Pops. I've had a kid call me Pops one day, and I looked at that motherfucker like, boy, I'll kick your ass across the street. Don't you ever call me Pops. And then I looked in the mirror and said, damn, I just might be Pops. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel old, but to them, I'm probably old. I'm probably ancient history. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Yeah, I know I kept on promising y'all a segment. The segment I'm practicing, it's called Hip Hop Verse. The hottest hip hop verse of the 90s. Now I'm going to incorporate this next week, guarantee it. But yeah, that's one segment I'm gonna bring in every week. I'm going to bring to y'all one of the hottest verses from the 90s, in my opinion. Everything on here is my opinion. Now, I put that in the air. If any of you niggas try to take what's mine, because I'm going to say something. On my last podcast a few years ago, I had a segment called the Top 10 All-Time MCs. Now, I'm not saying I invented that, but nobody on the internet was doing that. And I swear to you, a few big YouTubers, after I'd stopped making videos for a minute, I swear they were doing it like nightly. I said, now, ain't this a bitch? Well, I think they narrowed down to top 5. But yeah, I mean, you throw something in the air, you can't claim it. Unless you got some paper on it, right? I know how that go. So, yeah, I just wanted to touch ground with y'all, man. Remember, we gotta embrace the youth more and stop being so judgmental, because most of them are not doing anything different than us. You know what I'm saying? Now, the drugging thing is out of control. They actually feel like doing the drugs is cool, where if we did any kind of drugs other than weed, we kind of hit it. Now, I'm not saying that's a good thing, but we damn sure know that we damn sure know that if you were doing drugs, you should be ashamed of it and you shouldn't celebrate it. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, they are doing something. It's a lot different. I'm not gonna sit here and say anything different, but we can't be so judgmental. We got to try to uplift the youth, give them something to do. I mean, or help them visit more town meetings or something and try to create something for them to do, you know. But yeah, I'm out. The Open Podcast, Open Cypher Podcast, right? And I am your host, Donnie Bangout, the Don Dada. Yeah. Let me see if I still got this real quick. All right, y'all. Check this out. What the fuck am I doing? Yeah, I'm out of here though, man. Peace and love, y'all. Peace.